What's up, XRP family? Thank you guys for joining the video for today. Let's dig in. We have some interesting stuff. Will Bitcoin be the savior we're looking for as the IOV? Is Bitcoin fast, and is it carbon neutral or negative like some other cryptos? What are your thoughts, Chris Larson? Very easy, right? A lot of people are saying that Bitcoin is the answer. Well, while I don't have anything against Bitcoin, guys, we just have to think very logically that Bitcoin is not the answer. And of course, a lot of people know this, but still a lot of people are still not agreeing with this, right? But we have to just open our eyes and think very logical, because we can see that Bitcoin is not the answer. It doesn't have the technology to facilitate 7.5 billion or 8 billion people with a digital wallet. It cannot do that. It's too slow for that. Now let's take a look at this video.
Has it just been harder to create a new kind of money than anybody anticipated?
Yeah, I mean, those are great points, right? And I agree with you. The global financial system we have today is antiquated, right? It's SWIFT correspondent banking. That's how you move value cross-border. That's built in the 70s. Its days are numbered. It has to be replaced. So that was one of the things when Bitcoin came along was, okay, is that the thing? And again, is that the internet of value? And I think a couple of things, Bitcoin has its own idiosyncrasies that make that sort of difficult. One was, I think, the early boosters of it were true libertarians who believed you could go around the existing financial infrastructure. I think that was a mistake, because it's the incumbents already have billions of people. It's too expensive. There's lack of access. There's too many errors. It's too slow. Yet, a lot of what they built works really fine. They just got to fix a couple of things. So it would have been better if Bitcoin early people, I think, would have worked within the system. Bitcoin also has some other issues. It's a probabilistic settlement, right? Because miners can undo things theoretically, and it uses a lot of energy. But so I think also you're right. It's disappointing that Bitcoin kind of went into, hey, we're about store. Remember all that payment stuff we talked about? Well, we're about store value, right? Yeah. And that's kind of largely wealthy people, right? I mean, it's kind of cool and it's kind of digital gold, and I think that's a great use case for it. But it isn't the promise of billions of people coming online. You've got to work within the system to change the system. That's sort of the path that we've taken. And you also, by the way, they have to have a very efficient. Not all of these digital assets are the same. Bitcoin uses a lot of energy that's costly. Someone's got to pay for that. It also is prone to be controlled, and frankly, it's controlled by miners in China. You have to say that it has undue influence by Chinese miners and therefore the government. We think things like XRP are going to be more neutral. They're going to be faster, cheaper, just because of the way it works, and that's what we've embraced, obviously. But you are really seeing some fascinating things. Ethereum protocol is seeing really interesting things.
See, guys, look what he's saying. Interesting things with Ethereum. He's not biased. He's not like, because this guy, this is one of the person who created or who is involved of creation of Ripple, right? But he's not biased. He just says, like, we can see that Ethereum is amazing, right? And this is what it's about. And XRP, just facts on paper, black and white, is just very efficient, and it's going to be used 100%. 2022 papers report who is in payments has a funny blurb. Ripple. They mentioned Visa B2B Currency Cloud, and Ripple Visa, of course, purchased Currency Cloud, and Currency Cloud is a Ripple user. Visa also mentions XRP in a patent. Increased focus on profitable niches in B2B payments. Example of B2B cross-border payments and blockchain. B2B payments include many specific niches ranging from B2B travel, B2B marketplaces. Look at this, guys. Look at the range that XRP is going to change and touch. This is it. Look, Ripple provides a blockchain-based fast payment settlement system, allowing to process faster payment transactions compared to other alternatives such as SWIFT, but they're actually working together as well. So here you can see that Visa is also involved in Ripple indirectly. Next week is the annual World Economic Forum meeting. It's time to invite all the prime ministers and presidents of hundreds of private jets to talk about climate change and how we as peasants must live on carbon credits. Understand, guys, that this is the bigger plan, and it's happening. The World Economic Forum mentioned Ripple many times, and these people, you know what they're doing. Brett Garlinghouse often compares Ripple to Amazon books. As we know, Amazon pretty much has a monopoly on the market today, and they do more than just books. Imagine Amazon starting in books and Ripple starting with cross-border payment. Just wait, there is more to come. Now, this is what I'm always saying. And look at this picture. This is so accurate, guys. In 2001, Apple released the first version of the iPod. It cost $400. If you had invested $400 in Apple stock instead of buying the iPod, today that stock would be worth almost more than $200,000. Can you see, guys, that at some point you just cannot see it? There's just a small percentage of people who see actually something that has a great future. And it's the same with Ripple, guys. Even if you buy Ripple shares, whatever, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. So do not sleep on that. When they go digital gold, it's going to go through the roof. Again, guys, talking about our topic, as I have mentioned many times, XRP, silver, and gold, and some other assets, they will go up because of this new financial system. Let's take a look.
What do central banks know that we don't know?
What they know is how they're going to rig it, and we don't know when they're going to do it and how they're going to do it. But again, as I was saying, why would you keep your money in a bank when they're not paying you anything and they're making money on your money? So going back to gold, and again, as you well know, everybody knows, we have no advertisers in the Trends Journal magazine. So we're not pumping anybody. To us, gold is the #1 safe haven asset. When gold went down into the 1600s a few months ago, we said this is the bottom, it's going up from now. And now it's been hitting, several month highs. Again, when they go digital, gold is going to go through the roof, because that's going to be the only real currency that's going to be accepted to pay, to transfer, because they're going to do away with all the paper money. Again, the whole world has gone AI. It's a whole different world. It's a whole different world. And you know what the biggest news now that's being watched is TikTok. That's not news. That's like beep, beep, bop, bop, bop. That's where it's all going. And so what we're saying is to protect yourself.
It's crazy, right? I had my nieces and nephews over, telling me, they're telling me, they call me Dadina. They're like, Zia, Dadina, you got to get on TikTok. You got to get with it. I'm like, TikTok? What do you mean? You consuming your news on TikTok? And they're like, yeah, this is where they're getting everything. So it's interesting.
You're getting nothing. Yeah. You're getting nothing. You're getting nothing. By the way, what you hear in 25 minutes, words that you would hear in 25 minutes account to if 1/4 of a page of a newspaper. That's all you're getting. When you're reading, you're getting a lot more. And by the way, they call you Zia, right? And my book, what Zitzi gave Honey Boy.
So basically, guys, what is important here to understand is that when things go live, gold, XRP, silver, XLM, more coins will skyrocket, right? Here we can see Swift, guys. A recent survey with more than 200 payments market practice group participants from around the world shows over 78% of respondents plan to be ready for ISO 222, with new elements and structures not available in MT by 2025, right? And March being very significant because that's when they are upgrading, fully upgrading. And this is what we have been talking about for a long time. November is when it started. March is when they are fully done. And then the whole process will take another couple of years, of course, because they're changing the financial system, guys. This is not something to be done very quickly. Doesn't mean that it will take that much time for XRP to moon. The FCA recognized that the fact that individuals may speculate in tokens or unbacked crypto assets does not detract from the reason for which they were created. You will get the shakeout of some of these 21,000 coins, no doubt, right? So understand, guys, the buyback is still a possibility. XRP is wholesale. Here we can see stable coins for retail. They are planning a bunch of stuff, and we will see, guys, where this is heading. Patent and intellectual property. Look at this. ISO 20022 will allow more information to move with payments and ultimately will facilitate payments moving between legacy networks such as SWIFT and emerging payment gateways like MasterCard, Ripple, or R3 Scorda. However, adoption is complicated and many banks are not looking to migrate until 2025. Do not let this fool you. Again, it will not take till 2025, guys. They are already going. Thank you very much for watching the video, guys. See you in the next one. Cheers.